But to just nipa besa henum samre woman yomon krata wombe quantity ma be asrafo.
Ano pay and some way ni afofro ka ye bi editi edi share ni aboabo no de be so mu se Owia television and a precise 105.9 FM ya no pa no sia Kaseɛ boy de nase no ebe ma dwabero bank omo na so ye mu a adwuma ye de ebre wa no pay akeka 40 kamede de adwoa nyako abro no maamene
Ebusia pani owusu adiomi
ye frase na asam ye no mu asukọ ye hyase e de afri military policy committee awomo ewo man ye sika krabia part-time bank of Ghana na ye no se afi ye simu a ene bredi ka omo de batu dwa se policy rate no na eye omote so e de ba 14% e ba 15.5% na se sia ye kasa ide omo sa akotena se akodi ukoma ye hwehwemu de aba batu dwa se omo hwe se de ne masi kɔ no a o pese temamfo ho to omo na ne ma ye mre na economy ne so kɔ na ni ma no nti ye kasa ya money by policy rate no wo mate so e de 15.5 no e de aba 14% ya we ne ebre to so mienu a ye si afimu sante so yi e de aba na governor Edema Bank of Ghana Dr. Johnson Siama e na cheso omo wie ye aba bonten e ne Ghana fo nyina aba be kase to nkra se we no e ye kwan omo hwe so omo bo ma economy no etumi nyini pa ye na ekɔ na ni bi enim se sia no ntokasem no ekoso e wo Middle East no Israel ene afa Iran ene US ntokasem no ama ne ma ye akwa ache kakra ama fa nwonsam so apagya nti we no omo de boa beboa ama tumi aboa ma ne ma so ate yie na aboa ama temamfo enso ekomu adwo mu yetie Dr. Johnson Siama
pass through of higher crude oil prices and escalating geopolitical tensions. In the view of the committee, despite these upside risks to the inflation profile, the favorable domestic macroeconomic conditions, and also the high prevailing real interest rates, these provide scope to ease the policy rate further. Consequently, the MPC decided to reduce the monetary policy rate by 150 basis points to 14%. The committee will continue to closely monitor developments, especially in the Middle East, and its potential implications on the inflation outlook.
Edema Bank of Ghana Dr. Johnson Siama ne etes wonu so di chemu ahodo a e fa de ntia panyufo sisa gina so policy rate no omote so e de 15.5 amana ba bedu 14% no honsam e de ekoya yekotie yi
na riase sika krabia Kaseɛ no so panyimpa woda no na dantote ano na nitimu bobew na onimdie English Broni Cancer Managing Director and Chief Knowledge Officer World Bank here owura your friend say Pascal Dinahao wono so abo my Ghana mrahye bedwane ne Ghana fo nyina anoba se wo moda so agina wo namro so pampe no mbere ni ombetumi bia se riase sika krabia Kaseɛ no na wo mo de wo mo chita e de ama Ghana abre biara ye behia wo mu.
But more importantly, because of the principles of the World Bank, we place great value on our relationship with parliaments and the need to engage not only with government but with Parliament itself. And this is why we have put in place, along with our colleagues in the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office of the United Kingdom, a programme of funding to support capacity in 5 parliamentary committees.
Friends, Pascal Dinahao, na no esiwie no nyamfo mahama ayarega a oda edom dodo na no wo man Ghana mrahye bedwafie nso ede to nanim ene ewiase sikakrabia Kaseɛ anim se ewom se wono ye NDC ni edom dodo no won maban ene wa ban mu a wono bo adwuma yie na so mbemu moden se ombema aban nani ada ho na won makaka ya ban no se woche a ewo sikasemu se na be wo bedi wo nso no ma hye wo nso na niema atimi akonkan ede ama oman ni nyina.
The problem of our country has always been the mismanagement by people put in charge of running the country. If, as leaders, we have a clear sense of our priorities and we engage partners on the basis of our priorities, we will be able to make great strides. And that is exactly what this government is determined to do.
Mahama Ayarga no see ya walk and yes Trimuda kankan ma henkan Jimmy wa himfia went me and ski one maybe emetoma ban no see ya ene don kuma no can the phone when for Alexander afenyo markings no see wo bo Trimuda ndi atom awie ene mo ne was it one man no de ene ombeka de say hekua adwuma say eda one man no sa nenso ho aka de so omo de beka no eno na ya asem.
So much less is being invested in agriculture, and it appears government is so much into this gold board thing, using gold for reserves to stabilize our currency and all. We see it as a bubble. It cannot be sustained, because if maize farmers, rice farmers in Ghana do not get fair pricing, and now import is cheaper and their rice is going waste, they are not getting market, and there's no plan by government to help create a market for them, then it's a problem.
Alexander afenyo markings na motene kansa na good board on yedi yesiga 7 years and na no makua for gra wonu do vuonua mu wonu mo na aka fuo maka buo mu yetumi nto na port no yarete ne ma so ntimasa de a entwimfa mu nkwa na firi nkrofo aman so mo ba monyo na monye ho adwuma
yeto so na yakwa hode ne ensemo na yenim se aban ne ba ye wo hwe ye no wo hwe eja fa nwa so ye ho nyama hode aso ye ho no ma hode ni aso ye ho no wo hwe ye wo behu se eka bi wo ho ane ne manko yetine ho abehia se ne wanga na sirifu wa levi wode ba na no no se okoto petro na se ediza bia ene liter ba ko bia no watua 1 cedi wo so aban ne chese kode no ne beboa na ne eka bia wa hode ni aso ye ho no wode akwa kotua da so ginam ye kasai Dom kuma wo mra shebe dwefie aba be kasa mo kacha ban se bread sa ban yi sa levi no edi fru o ma adrafo ko mu ha wo mo maso mo kenya ne se ni se no fa ngo bo no enam ntokwasem no ekoso ama ewa ma hodro so no nam so ama bo ni mu apagya second pricing window no ebie ye no diesel no kosoro na afi petrol no so kosoro so ye kura apanyfo bi dia behwim se crude oil so ye hwe ni mu se no so ebetumi akosoro no na dom kuma ne kire se ko basa na ni akoye se de agya ya so ane ma wontimi so ano aban no ibu adrafo ko mu te be ya sa wanga da sirifu walevi no onye firi ho na ne tumu ya be adrafo ho ha omo kakra na ranking member deputy ranking member okomra shebe dwafie abedweko omo hwa hone ne ho sebso no ye Collins adomako mense no ene gina ne nwamu nyina na mu this assembly
Sector Levies Amendment Act of 2025 officially added approximately 1 Ghana cedi to the price builder, bringing the total energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy to 1.95 Ghana cedi for petrol and 1.93 Ghana cedi for diesel. Moreover, the government itself had announced that between January and December 2025, it paid approximately $1.47 billion to reset the energy sector, including the full repayment of the 597 million Ghana cedis drawn on the World Bank partial risk guarantee and settlement of all outstanding gas invoices. The World Bank guarantee has been fully restored, and the government has stated unequivocally that the era of unchecked energy sector debt accumulation is over.
Abo Collins Adamako Mensa, deputy ranking member of Kofi Hoa, Bedeko Noa, almost a holiday and Samson no so actually moon. I buy a second in our chair, and I was away no aside to go a draft for so. 1 Ghana cedi for your pocket, who could talk a fan will be a 1 letter be near you 1 cedi to 1 channel. Also, when you from your side, I will go kuma or quadrafo.
O mindful to some for Dr. Kaseɛ ato forcing na wori ato Ghana man panyin ani mabra na nkomodie bi ekoso anim se wo mugu so mo ya mboabo a won mo se fata guso na mo ka ne mesi ani se ne be ya madwumaku awodo no a be hia nipa wo befa wo mo wo chemo obubu so da na to so nkro wo fi champimienu ani aduonunum num no mu si nkonwa tran konwa wo nkonwa da mu na wo mo to ato adwen so adwen se wo mbehwe na wo ma papafo bi de aboa se ne be ya wo mayi nwum asem ne betimi akọ enkan wo ho no mo Osinfin champion bi enu aduonunum no ewom oman kobo obesia opepim edunson na wonmo editua ekade enti wei afi ne wo mo mbefo wo madwuma mu nyina no oman ne behwie kotokuom yahwe abose ne ebobre ne etu ho anamon
and salaries proposals of conditions of service amounting to 7.4 billion Ghana cedis which we are reviewing. The 2026 agreement between government and organized labor still holds. In fact, per the 9th November 2025 agreement on the 2026 base pay, government committed to engage with unions on outstanding conditions of service and undertake critical recruitment into the public service, all within budget constraints. In this regard, government has commenced processes for the recruitment of staff into the public service. Fair Wages and Salaries Commission has also commenced negotiations with organized labor on review of conditions of service.
Forcing.
That's
a adio. Anna, ye Kaseɛ near queer baby, dear Nick Kaseɛ. Anna just your training, Kenty Dr. Kaseɛ.
Yava Kaseɛ bono ko edokuwana from be when him set. PURC wo mo babo amane na wo twetwe mo se yenhwe ne mo se Easter bosome po no ayeba besimu no ni de kan no a yebehu se ye ensuo ebo ene anyinamahode ebo no ebeba from kra na omo krata no omo de bai no omo be kire mo se ensuo bo no ebeba from ebeye se 4.81%. Na fe enkane abo no so aba from 3.06% ye no eja ke fa ne sa ka ye ni gisem a oman ke ebedi ahusie no don kuma so aba bonte abekire se da bi e wo busa PURC for the abeto ja se ebe fa ba from the next so ye hwe figures ye keka ye dia I said wato bo eri abo osono ata so wonya hwe wo nko ba aha sa bi na edom kuma no ese eri ache PURC enu to mo so mo ka kira ban so mo hwe na ne ente so no emra bu fi se kane abo den dodo ensuo bu den dodo o to prepare the goose as say o bo wani ene say sare nyina ye befua a che say no akoye ade a hatemamufo paa no tudom kuma na sori a obo ka che mpanyifo say de o musika na de ente so no de ye ya age adase na so sha o mo sa enko na o mo emrebim Dr. Collins adoma komensa ono de cancer asemi
PURC applied the projected exchange rates of 15.6974 Ghana cedi to the dollar when the actual interbank average was 13.5166, and over projection of 2.18 Ghana cedis. In quarter 4, the Commission projected 12.3715 Ghana cedi to the dollar against an actual of 10.8733, and over projection of 1. The effect of these inflated assumptions is that Ghanaian consumers were charged tariffs based on an economic reality that did not exist. The cedi was stronger than the PURC said. Inflation was lower than the PURC said, and yet tariffs were set as though the worst case scenario had materialized.
Member and as a deputy ranking member, I call myself a Jeffrey of the Kuamushan when the near Sam Soyera Collins, Adomako Mensa.
Asafo ampanyimfo guso na wonu reso mbenya maburu bia fa wo mo no ma beboa ama adwuma na timi akonkan ne worum guso na ne dia baba beto dwa na efiri asafo aso ye chemu a nipa be sa henum de se worum ho ada ho ama eneye wo mo de wo nkrata de ama wo mo a ya trotro ne me behia wo mo na beboa wo mo wo so mo koto prospectus so no na wo mo ede eko agentete training se de english broni kan na enya asem kotwa ne abusumi nsia na omugum aho ya sa na afi won ma beye ya na eniema atimi akonkan na wukọ asrafo adwumakuo no mu a panyi kwanchefo a won na bankita mudie ene wo ene wo manfo ntem a ye frɛ ne se Veronica Azo wa cheche nsenu mu ene ne ekode akere
for today.
How many days is this expected to span?
You mean the collection of the prospectus?
Yes.
It's just today. It's a single day event. Yes. They were informed earlier that they were successful and were going to be part of the first batch. And then today they have been asked to come and pick their prospectus. And they will commence training from 27th March. They will go to their various training centers to commence a 6-month training.
Were there any peculiar issues that the Ghana Armed Forces have, observed so far?
With the
process, yes.
Well, I think so far everything's gone smoothly. No challenge.
Watching their strengths and trophies. So, what would you be a henum ubi answer? I can near me chese bra. Na beji je woni ema na afiko na abehya na kwagentiti Veronica Azo.
Social Security and National Insurance Trust Net for akache no mo so ede dwumadie bi ahyehyɛ so ewa asante matamu ha ede ama Ghana Trade Union Congress TUC for we ne yekwan omo fa so omo so babu adwadifoi na omo so register omo ede abasenete hyehyɛ mu na daache akoma bi no omo so kwa ahogie mu omanya bibi ede akohwe wo mo ho na wopanya wo no ekasa ya wakyekye mu de ntia senate for etu wonam yi wona ye deputy director general ewo senate or the Adam Sule Intino.
Regional engagement with TUC and then idea about Marseille. Yeah, church said the operations near Masokoso. Said the registration, register members. Types of benefits are ewoho. Now benefits no ye old age as a pension, retirement. Yes, so ye invalidity. Said the ABA we juma ABA BBAC I want me jume biom. And also into a church room. Wuni honum na say what contributed to scheme no. Omo waja on behind no. Say with relatives, with dependents. Claim be home why the mom and also your church room. It sounds.
Asante mantam wankwa yo my muni nyina no mafra se omo ye na so eni di asante mantam hadwumadie na course no opanyi ete ne kan wono na ye deputy director general was senate or the Adam Sule
yen konfimfim mantam apom din huhia wo ma bia bekon kan na nwuma bekoso amoma na nya sika gye se oni manfo wo mu no wo munya apom din no motimi di abodwuma na konfimfim mantam a no kwasem die ehwo nsam no eye akwatwe pa opanyina wona mantem nyina wo hwe eye ayaresem so ede emma wo regional head director tie a ye friend say Dr. Alberta Ejabin Britum ede atodwa sende me no kasai wo mu frɛ obi se pediatrician ye ukopie won ma wo ye dokotani a wono no efri motofo mu akwa akosi mfinhia du nwotwe ne ade no won ma bin pa ewo mu hwehwemu wodo betena se ye be dotro wode wato nsenie ne ehunu ne meko yetimi amma ayarehwɛ papa ne afuto papa no sa doctor fo yi no ebi ni mfinfin mantem ho no mo kakra de won beba ho no mo na edu se won mo kwa amje mu mo wi o mo mabiem ni nyina ye wo haw atepo ani abenedi a wo mu ekomu ewo ho no mo ne kakra no so wona wonu egina ekromu pe omunye omadwen se nkroto ni ntwodo ne ntwada so no wono mbeko eno wo se ebraso se wo se mpanyimfo pe ho asem eka.
Inequitable distribution of specialist staff across the region is a challenge. It is not basically because specialists are refusing postings. It is actually because we have very little number of specialists here. In fact, for all cadres of staff, I think the central region is lacking. We are not having our adequate numbers. And when people work for some time, we need to grant them study leave to go for advanced training or further training. I would say that things are quite difficult here. And so after serving for a while, when these cadres of staff are granted study leave to go and study in the bigger cities, especially Accra, they often do not return after.
For we mantam no mu panyina wono na wo hwe ayaresem so de ma wombo na mo te se wo kase
ye wura Freddy Blay ye ni mo se Akropon Circuit Court no wo mo remande no ni nyina ye kwadu bia antansa bia beto ni tiri so efa nsase ho manso bi eni safi wo de mra hye nsem akwakobu ajapade bi ato agusansem ne ho ensem nam so Akropon Circuit Court no remande no na so akoba ye agya ye wura yi se wani ni fie no kwa animu kakra enam so agya ne sugar level kosoro ma na ho behia ye so omode ne ekọ asupiti omode ne kopie mu University of Ghana Medical Center on so ekoje ayarehwe na ye kasa ya Kofodi High Court no akire se wama ye Freddy Blay wama no bail na bail no ni lead counsel ene kane attorney general yera Godfrey ye bo adame wono na gina mu a wo twitwa ege yera Freddy Blay na court no ahyese we no sika no amode to ni tiri so bail no ye 800,000 Ghana cedis na afi so ajapade mienu a esi hwa de wani ehu a wo se eni nyina so ewo enkran ena nipa no so obeyama no so kura Ghana card saa ehihye ye wei ena court ni gina so a omama yera Freddy Blay kane no na wo ye national chairman de ma MPP amanyuko no omo amani bail na attorney general kane attorney general yera Godfrey abo adame wono na ye lead counsel edema no woni abekasa achem said ensem no esi eko.
Attorney 2 is in good medical care. He is on admission in GMC. and I believe that the medical practitioners are really doing their very best, and so he's in good health. I believe that he'll be in good spirits and all.
Right, thank you.
Besides, the judge also varies the condition, because for him to have been put through the requirement of having 2 public servants and all itself will be a little bit not necessarily hard, but a little bit harsh, and I thought that it ought to vary, and was varied in the way that it was done.
Attorney General Wadonso na charge Freddy Blay. Godfrey Abo Adame na chese court no ahye a Ekropon Circuit Court nyame adomo a Easter mi aba be wura ni de to so nkono no mbesa akọ asem ne so akọ hwe de be kwa akosi ampanyifo gu so a wo mo ye ho ehwehwem wo mo nsemi so ne yegina na esema hodo ensaka ne fie ha de be so mo se ya no pa no nsia bem kase bo wo Owia television and precise 105.9 FM so no ya disi na se ne madwabe ruwa bank or ne bank ado ho bono a ebeboa ma osika sam ho tutu nyina akoye bra na beto share so dwabe ruwa bank afeso na bank ni bu akonta onso ma bubi dia cho na onso anyamfaso e de free so mo sanso e wo ye face deposit nyama hodo bia ebeboa wa ma wadwuma wo ye no akoye no dwabe ruwa bank na ebeboa ma ya dwuma mfihia aduana ba ku netu wugidi sampa obetumi do ho ato wo mo eso na face deposit no ba 6 months na apa e be ma 3 months and afefie bebre so dia ni nyina kwanya wo ho a ebeboa de kwansa wo do mo na ekwan hyehyeye me na mde mo ho de misika sei na me percentage bank no beti ase ama wo mo ne wo aye adwuma safra mo 0544 745 856 0544 745 856 and 0242 387 498 na share so na person to afa phone no na dial *389 *984 hash *389 *984 hash Jabiru bank and ebeboa wo ama sika samu tutu enyina akoye ye de asi ye ko ama mahene wedu bo ache beta na agwam na ode adeche adwumade no abeto awsomede e de adwanya ko abrono ma no paimene
Elsia Penny Owusu Edumi na se ni bi nkoma obi a wo bo ayema ye de kase ba ene mo anopa mo hwe e o Facebook